grow your vision and the mission. The second is to define roles and responsibilities. Now, when you hire somebody, typically, you give them a job description, a contract, and they sign it, and you put that all in a personnel file. And then first year goes by, second year goes by, third, and you've never gone back to that file. But their job has changed, and your business has changed. So I highly recommend that you go back every year, so I know this is a little time consuming, but with each of your people, and say, this is what you were, it says here that you're to do, how should we change that? And have them engage with you and collaborate on what that should look like now, so that as you move forward, they're signing off and renewing their agreement to be with you, and it's so energetic. It energizes the relationship. Both sides, you're both committing to agreeing to the new role that's set forward. So I highly recommend you do that. The third thing that I delegate is I have a personal assistant named Loretta for 9 years. And Loretta helps me with, she hires the handyman, and she does the laundry, and she picks up the groceries, and she makes my doctor's appointments, and I don't know what I would do without Loretta. I never thought that I would actually have to do that. But it makes me a better CEO. It makes me a better leader, because then I have time to take ukulele lessons, which I just started last week. Random, I know. But what I want to share with you is spend a little money to take care of yourself. Because so many people run themselves into the ground and then they fail. So think about, what type of help you need and what type of investment you need to make that happen. The second E in leader for me is entrepreneur. How many of you here are at the beginning of your new business, just getting your business off the ground? Great, congratulations. How many of you are at that second stage where you need to hire people and replicate yourself and they're starting to grow? Okay. How many of you have built a business and now you're plateaued and you are figuring out, how do I get to the next level? Awesome, awesome. A leader has to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur to me means having the vision, having the ability to communicate your vision and get everyone on board with you to follow and fulfill your vision. So taking the path less followed, never taking no for an answer, finding a way to yes, all those things are your job. Fail fast so you can succeed faster. Be willing to take risks. There was a lot of talk about risk-taking today. It's not always about having the right answer, but about innovating to see where the results come. And you can't innovate without taking a risk. I mentioned that my company is in a transformation right now. I'm looking for a CFO, if anybody's out there that knows one. And it's a challenge for me, because right now I'm playing the role of CEO, COO, and CFO. And I'm not going to have free time for a while. And I've got to stay focused. And sometimes we have to do that. And as the leader, the entrepreneur, that's your role. The next and last letter in the word leader is role model. And I think this is really important, because as the entrepreneur and the leader in your company, your value to the company is what makes you important. The opportunity to be the change that you want to see your company is in your hands. I give everyone at the company 4 weeks off. As soon as they sign on as an employee, they get 4 weeks vacation and their birthday off. Because why not, right? I started the company, so I can do whatever I want. I've never even heard of that before. But I give them 4 weeks vacation. So it turns out, people in Europe, they take the whole month of August off, right? So why can't we do that? And I started thinking when I first started the company, why shouldn't we do that? I would love it. Just take a month off. I don't like when they do all the 4 weeks at the same time. That's not good. It was a little fine print. But what I found is that they don't take it. They have the time, and I don't roll it over to the next year, because then they end up with 2 months and 3 months off, and that's not going to be very productive. But so if they don't use it, they lose it. But they don't take it. So I had to start taking vacations and check out. Really, literally go. Here's an emergency number, but I'm not looking at emails unless you contact this emergency number. And I'm shutting down. And when I started doing that, when I started shutting off my phone on the weeknights and not working on the weekends, they did the same thing. But even this day, if I send an email on a Saturday, they respond. So it's not fair. It's not fair to your people. So be the role model in that way, so that so that they don't burn out, so that they can be a healthier employee or contractor, whoever you're working with, for you. I also want to talk about showing up as authentic and real. I can't stress the importance of that. You don't have to be perfect. We all make mistakes, so it's okay to allow yourself to make a mistake. It's how you get out of that situation or how you address the mistake that's really important. And by being authentic and saying I'm sorry or communicating what went wrong, it really goes a long way for the people that work with you. I once hired my boyfriend. Not a good idea. It didn't end up well. And there's still people at the company today, that was only like 3 years ago, so, not a good thing. In fact, I think they made me swear on the Bible or something that said, I will not do this ever again. Be fearless as a role model, be brave and take risks again. Be trustworthy and approachable. I try to create an environment and a culture where the people at the lowest level, in whatever stage they are in their career at the company, can come to me and say, I don't know about that. You know, that doesn't feel good to me, or why are you doing that? And they do that. I think some people don't do that. Some people who have their own issues with authority and that they don't feel that it's their stuff. But at least for me, I try to create a culture where I'm open and I want them to feel safe to come to me and say, this isn't working, or why, so that I can help better communicate my message, or so that I can change what I'm trying to do, right? It makes us all better if we challenge each other at all levels. I found that joy is really important in business, and laughing. And we have a lot of fun at my company. Yesterday I was practicing the speech at the office, and all of a sudden, and I was in the conference room, and my office is next to the conference room, and everything is on glass walls. And a big wind picked up outside in downtown Denver, like a cyclone was coming through. And I just started the speech, and I said, "Oh my God!" And I ran into my office, and I was trying to close the window, and it was stuck. It's like this old building is on top of the spaghetti factory downtown, and I'm trying to push on the window, and I can't. I'm like, "CB!" And I'm screaming, and everybody's like, "Ah!" And the papers are blowing all over my office because the wind's coming through. And I came back in the conference room and was like, "Okay, let's do that again." It's just the way it is, you know. You just be real and have fun with it, because you know we are human. As a role model, you have to demonstrate courage. If you have courage, it translates and transforms your people. Strength and vision, courage, strength, and vision. There is greatness within you. I didn't know what was in me until I actually had the courage to put myself out there. I want to give you one little bonus lesson that my parents taught me, and that is permission. What was profound for me growing up, I think, ultimately, and this is extremely important, is that extremely important for me in becoming a successful entrepreneur, is that I had no limits, I had no boundaries, because my parents didn't have a preconceived notion about who I was or what I should be. Should I be a doctor or a lawyer or work for an accounting firm? They never said that. All they said to me was, just do what makes you happy. And be the best at it, by the way, but just do what makes you happy. And that, I realized, was a huge gift that they gave me, because I had the freedom to relax. I went to opera school. I mean, what was I going to do with that? So sing opera. I just used the scholarship to get to the college degree. But I don't have a voice in my head saying you shoulda, woulda, coulda. I don't have somebody like saying to me that that's not the way you should do it. I just do what I really do, follow my gut, and I really do listen to my instincts. And that was a gift that my parents gave me. I met a woman maybe 13 years ago who said, she worked for me for a while, and then she left, and we've talked since, and she said, you know, you made me feel like I could do anything. And I didn't get that from my parents, she said. So it made me realize that that's huge. So if I leave you with anything today, it's to know that you can give yourself permission to try anything that you feel is important to you. And be great. Thank you.